Hey, welcome back to the show and many thanks for staying with us. Let's do some fact checking right now. Well, today we're focusing on some claims made by President Akufo-Addo during the launch of the Planting for Foods and Jobs policy at Goso in the Bunahafo region last week. In fact, Raymond Akwa has abandoned me, and so I'm stuck. You're stuck with me, and I'm going to do that presentation for you. Now, let's start with the president's claims about the income levels of farmers and fisher folk. Now, the claim that the president made was that income levels of farmers and fisher folk remain low, and that's making the sector unattractive to the youth as a viable means of livelihood.
And income levels of farmers and fisher folk remain low, making the sector unattractive to the youth as a viable means of livelihood. Indeed, the poorest people in our country are engaged in food crop farming. If we are to make any meaningful change in the lives of the people, our efforts must be directed at agriculture. The majority of people can only feel a change in their lives when we develop agriculture.
And that's President Akufo-Addo with that claim. So what's the verdict? Watch this. Obviously, Raymond is needed to go through that. Those are some of the claims made by the president on that food for jobs program there. He made a claim about the dramatic decline of growth in the agricultural sector. You saw that verdict. The verdict was true but misleading. He also made a claim about the past few years and the fact that growth in the sector, agricultural sector, has declined dramatically. He made another claim about the fact that more than 50% of Ghana's population is engaged in agriculture. You saw that verdict as well. The verdict is false. All right. I beg your pardon, let's move on with some other stories then. Members of the Coalition of Unemployed Bonded Nurses are giving the Ministry of Health a 2-week ultimatum to post them to various health institutions in the country. They say failure by the ministry to do so will compel them to extend their grievances elsewhere. Abdul Ganil, who addressed the press conference on behalf of the nursing picketers, say they are backing down on their decision to continue with their action after they were given assurances that their concerns will be addressed with the needed speed. Our members of the group have been picketing the premises of the Ministry of Health since Monday over what they describe as delays in their postings many months after their national service.
We, the Coalition of Unemployed Diploma Nurses, 2015 batch, February, who have been picketing at the premises of the Ministry of Health from 24th to 26th of April 2016, have resolved to return to our various homes after extensive consultations from the Ministry of Health and other major stakeholders in the nation. Ladies and gentlemen, from the media, upon meeting with the PRO of the said ministry, we are made to understand that our concern will be addressed with the necessary speed it deserves. For this reason, the leadership of this coalition have spoken to its members to remain calm and return to their various destinations whilst the leadership makes follow-up to the ministry for further deliberation. Ladies and gentlemen, from the media, we therefore bring to the notice of the stakeholders and the good people of Ghana that we are granting the Ministry of Health from 26th to 5th of May 2016-17 to resolve this issue amicably. Ladies and gentlemen, from the media, we therefore state emphatically that failure of the Ministry of Health to get us cleared and posted within the stipulated time will compel us to send our plea to the father of the land, His Excellency, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. Ladies and gentlemen, from the various media houses, the leadership and members of this coalition will therefore use this opportunity to thank you all for the massive support given us. We say thank you and we are grateful.
The nurses there very unhappy. The Minister of Health, Kweku Agyeman-Manu, has attributed the delay to an ongoing financial clearance exercise by the Ministry of Finance. Chief Director of the Ministry, Dr. Afisa Zakaria, in an interview with Joy News' Maxwell Agbagba, said she is unable to give timelines on when that will be over.
I wasn't present. They are just briefing me. Yeah. It's something they have already made. That's on their part.
All right.
We haven't given that deadline.
So for about 3 days now, what are you doing, madam?
Well, we're actually working on these things. We are working on that.
But what really is causing the delay? We hear there are some financial clearance that's to be done at the Ministry of Finance. How long exactly is it going to take for us to fix this?
You see, when you are asking for timelines, it's very difficult giving timelines when finances are concerned. I keep on telling people, we have a pot. What the pot contains, I mean, it's what we are all managing with. So giving timelines and deadlines is normally difficult to tell, especially when some of these things are beyond one's control.
But they talk about financial clearance at the Ministry of Finance. Can we understand exactly what kind of clearance that you're doing at the ministry?
You know, over the years, we used to recruit without looking at whether we have funds to even pay the people. But this time, it's not like that. We have a Public Financial Management Act in place, and these are all laws guiding us with the way we manage, the way we plan things. And so whatever plans we have to execute where finances are concerned, definitely we need to budget and make sure that when these people are working, there are funds to pay them. Over the year, I mean, people could work maybe a year or 2, 3 without getting salary. These days, we don't want those things to happen.
So when exactly, once again, I don't want to go into timelines, but maybe an assurance, because they've given an ultimatum of 2 weeks. So would you be able to meet that deadline that they've set for you?
You know, I've engaged them several times and I keep on telling them timelines are things I will not give them when it has to do with these things, you know. What I can do, I can give timelines. What I cannot do, I will not deceive them. For us, I mean, working on their issues and the rest, yes. It's money is involved, and I've pleaded with them they should bear with us and then give us time. We'll sort them out.
The chief director there, a member of the group again, Abdul Ghani, has been responding to issues concerning their actions. He, amongst other things, debunked claims that they're not bonded nurses as speculated by a section of the media.
Outside, it rained, you know, it rained. There are mosquitoes all over. Look at the environment. In fact, we could not have a sound sleep. Some of us were almost awake throughout the night. So it was not easy. We're beaten by mosquitoes. As it stands, some of us have bitter mouth. So it's likely we even have malaria parasites in our system as we stand. Yes.
Now, tell me, yesterday we had the minister and then the deputy minister responding to some of the issues. One key issue that has come up is that you know the Ministry of Finance is supposed to do some clearance before you can get your postings. Are you aware of that?
Yes, we are aware.
So why wouldn't you allow the system to run, smoothly before you also come in?
Yes, we have a system, but the system is not fixed. It's not fixed in the sense that it's not known to us, and I can't tell whether it is known to the Ministry of Health and then the Finance. Because usually when students finish training and finish their national service, they don't know the number of months they're supposed to stay. Some people are fortunate. No, they finish the national service, they are posted the next month. Others to stay for long, like we have done. So we know that clearance needs to be given before we are posted. But as and when it will take for the clearance to come, that's what we don't know.
Have you also heard in some section of the media that some of you actually failed your papers? And the minister, in fact, says he doesn't understand why he should be here demonstrating. Have you heard that also?
Good, I have heard that. And nursing is such that when you don't pass, you don't do your national service. And here we are done with national service. 9 months after national service, we have certificate of the national service, which shows that we have passed. That's why we're given the opportunity to serve the nation. So I don't see the reason why the minister will say that we have failed and stuff. I think that he needs to be oriented to the issue of posting and stuff. He needs an orientation, because everybody, whichever office you assume, you need someone to give you an in-service training. Understand? So I think he needs some amount of education as far as our posting is concerned. That is what I have to say concerning what he has said. So with regards to what he has said that we are failures, we're not failures. If we're failures, we wouldn't serve the nation.
You also stated that you are not bonded with government. Are you aware of that also?
We heard it, but it is a big lie. We are bonded nurses. Yes, we are bonded nurses. If he says that we are not bonded, excuse me to say, he might be ignorant of the fact that we are bonded. Yes, everybody knows we are bonded. He can make a follow-up to NMC. If there were good relationship, that is working relationship, he would not have even gone on air to say that we are not bonded. Yes, we are bonded, and I stand to say we are bonded. He should call NMC or wherever he can get an authentic information from and confirm our bondage. Yeah, I was talking about bondage. I was thinking that he was talking to those in school now. I know that he was referring to those of us who are here picketing for our clearance. So he says that we are not bonded. Excuse my language. I may say he's ignorant of the fact that we are bonded.
Obviously, the sound of a frustrated nurse there.